There is a night scene in Genesis that feels more like a dream than a normal Bible story. A man is left alone by a dark river, afraid of his past, when suddenly a stranger grabs him, and they wrestle until sunrise. By the end of the night he has a new name, Israel, and a permanent limp. Who was this mysterious opponent, and what did really happen in that strange struggle by the Jabbok River? In the ancient context of the Bible, to feel the weight of this mystery, you have to see where Jacob is in his life. He is on the run from his own story. Years earlier he tricked his brother Esau and deceived his blind father. Now, after many years away, he is finally returning home and has just received a terrifying report. Esau is coming to meet him, and 400 men are with him. In that world, 400 men is not a welcome party. It sounds like a small army. So Jacob divides his family, sends gifts ahead, tries to manage the danger, and then does one more surprising thing. He sends everyone across the river and stays behind, alone in the dark. The writer almost whispers it. Jacob was left alone. It is that moment when all the noise finally goes quiet, and a person has to face what they have done and who they have become. Then the story turns strange. The text simply says that a man wrestled with him until daybreak. In Hebrew, the word for wrestle sounds very close to the name of the river, Jabbok, and it comes from a root that carries the idea of grappling in the dust. The original Hebrew meaning shows us that this is not a polite argument or a symbolic hug. It is hands in the dirt, muscles burning, sweat and dust, and locked arms for hours in the night. But who is this man? At first he is just called a man. As the struggle goes on, the stranger touches Jacob's hip in a way that goes beyond normal strength, and Jacob's hip is wrenched. Yet Jacob will not let go. He clings and says he will not release this figure without a blessing. When you see the biblical background of blessing in Genesis, you remember that Jacob has been chasing blessing his whole life, grabbing at his brother's heel, buying the birthright, tricking his father. Now he is still grabbing, but this time, he is clinging to a mysterious presence who has just wounded him. Then the stranger asks a simple question. What is your name? This is more than small talk. The last time Jacob was asked for his name, he answered with a lie in order to steal a blessing. Now, in the dark, he has to speak the truth. Jacob, the name that sounds like heel grabber, the one who twists and deceives. And the stranger replies with a new name. You will no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with humans and have overcome. Here the mystery deepens. The story itself now suggests that Jacob has been wrestling with God. Later the prophet Hosea remembers this night, and says that Jacob struggled with an angel and prevailed. Some readers imagine an angelic messenger, others see this as a human-like manifestation of God's presence. Some Christian readers even see a foreshadowing of Christ hidden in this encounter. The text does not fully solve it, and that is part of the power. The story is built as a mystery that keeps inviting meditation. Even the new name Israel is layered with possible meaning. It can be heard as God fights, or as he struggles with God. Is the focus on God fighting for his people, or on the people wrestling with God in prayer, doubt and trust? Many scholars note that both ideas are woven into the story. Israel will be the people whose entire history feels like this night, limping forward, yet held by the God who will not let them go. After Jacob demands a blessing, he tries to turn the question back around. Please tell me your name. Jacob wants definition. He wants the mystery pinned down. The answer he receives is almost a smile in the dark. Why do you ask my name? No answer, yet the blessing is given. Jacob names the place Peniel, which means face of God, because he says that he has seen God face to face and yet his life was spared. In many ancient cultures, including the world of the Bible, seeing the divine face meant certain death. To walk away alive, even with a limp, is a sign of mercy. There is one more detail. As the sun rises, Jacob walks away limping because of his injured hip. The first time we met him, he was grabbing a heel. Now he is the one who limps. The trickster has become marked. In the ancient context of the Bible, A physical mark could be a sign that someone had encountered the holy and been changed by it. Every step Jacob takes from that day on is a tiny reminder of the night he wrestled with the mysterious God and did not let go. So what is this story? Is it a warning about fighting against God? Is it an encouragement to wrestle honestly in prayer? Is it the moment Jacob stops winning by clever tricks and finally receives a blessing as a gift? Different readers emphasize different angles, and the story is written so that it can hold all of them together. It refuses to give us a neat label for the stranger, and that very mystery keeps the story alive. When you see the biblical background and the original Hebrew meaning shows us that this is more than a strange miracle or a supernatural fight scene. It is a picture of a faith that holds on through fear, guilt and uncertainty, even when God feels hidden and wounding and hard to understand. The blessing does not erase the limp, it transforms it into a memory of a night when God met a flawed person and renamed his future. Which part of this mysterious night speaks to you the most, and why? If you want to explore this theme more, check out more videos on this channel that look at other strange and beautiful stories in the Bible.